Hi everyone, my name is Julie. Thank you so much for watching. And today we're doing my 1 month, 1 palette, and I'm very excited to be here today. I love filming these videos. I don't know about you guys if you like watching them as much as I love filming them, but it's really fun to tell you about a palette that maybe some of you have in your collections, because I've had my collections for years, and it's a chance for me to try it finally in many cases, and then just to like compare palettes between the two. And I'm really enjoying like trying all the new formulas, seeing what looks I can get. I feel like I'm not stuck in a rut as I did when I just did like one palette all year, and I'm really excited about this project. I don't know. Should I do it again next year? Tell me what you think of 1 month, 1 palette versus pan that palette. Or maybe I could do both. Like maybe I can pan like a small palette and then do 1 month, 1 palette. Let me know what you think. We're getting to the end of the year. I know it's shocking. And I've already met my goal in this particular project. So let's recap where we've been. I wanted to declutter between 4 and 6 palettes out of this project, and I've already decluttered 8. So as you can see, I've actually been using more than 1 palette per month because some of the palettes were smaller. I could only get 1 look out of them, and I wanted to really test them out. And last month, as you know, August, like I got rid of 3 palettes, which was awesome. And then this month, I just put 1 palette in to see what I thought of it. And it is the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and I still love this packaging. Like matte, metal, super cool. So the thing about this palette is I already have 2 of these shades in singles. I already have Thunderstruck and Dulce into my singles. So I wanted to make sure that I liked enough of these colors that I would actually use this palette as well as my singles, or maybe I should just declare the singles, but like I really like those 2 shades. Even though I know it's going to take me 10 years to use these up, I just can't seem to get rid of the other ones. I thought about it real hard before filming this video, trust me. And I know Kat Von D is canceled, I totally get it, but this is a good palette. Like, I have on my eyes today, I've got Bone all over the lid as like kind of my setting shade. I've got Suede in the crease, I've got Oak in the outer edge, I've got Raw Power on my lid, and I think it looks fantastic. I love the way these shadows perform. They last all day, staying true to color. The shimmers are true shimmers, the mattes are true mattes. They're all super blendable. You can use MAC Fix Plus to kind of pound up the volume if you want to do it that way, or just let them go as is. The only shade I'm not super in love with in this palette is Flash, which is this gold. It's a very gold. It looked fine when I had a tan, but now September, I'm losing my tan a little bit, that it's not my favorite shade, but I've really enjoyed using this palette this month. Like, it actually looks used now. I will say that I do find some of these shades kind of powdery, which I'm just surprised to say, but I just love the way they look. And I like the mirror, I like the packaging. Kat Von D, please vaccinate your children. I apparently cannot cancel Kat Von D. I probably will look at her Christmas release. It's just probably what will happen. I'm interested to know, I haven't seen her release very much. Is that because she was canceled by so many YouTubers, or is she just not like releasing new products because everything I've seen her have like go on sale? I don't know. Let me know if you know like what's going on with the Kat Von D company. That'd be interesting to me. And since I'm keeping this palette, this is going to be number 6 I'm keeping. So I've decluttered 8 and I've kept 6. So pretty good, I think. But here we go, new month, new eyeshadow palettes. And I, in September, started a lot of project pans, some of which include palettes. So I was kind of looking at my collection, and I do want to give myself a bit of a challenge because I think if I just put in 1 drugstore palette, it won't give me the looks I'm looking for, even though I'm trying to use up other palettes. So I did choose 2, so we'll see what that looks like. The first palette I'm going to be using this month is one I haven't tried yet. This is the L.O.C palette. This is an iVotion Luxurious Eyeshadow Palette, and I have in the shade 720, devoted to metallics. And this is one of my favorite color. It used to be one of my favorites. Now I'm into a little bit hotter pinks, but it's this right here. And what's really interesting about this is it doesn't look like any of them are really mattes, except for maybe this khaki green shade almost. It's like a dark army green. But these 3 are all very strong metallics. I've got an icy white, kind of a gold, like a dark gold amber, and then, as we all know, a peach. And they look really shiny and beautiful. I'm interested to see how these go on the eyes. And it looks to be a satin mid-tone brown here. This is kind of a little bit darker than I would use to really just, basically this is an outer edge color to me. I wouldn't go all the way through the crease with this normally, but I'm gonna have to try and do that. This palette, I do find missing some shades that I would like to use, like a matte cream shade, a little lighter brown to kind of define the eye before I go into that corner shade. So that is where the other palettes that I'm panning are gonna come into play. And then I'll use this one kind of like making it beautiful, you know, like the lid shade and deepening out the outer corner and just making the dimension really happen. But I do find this missing some shades, so I'm interested to see what I think of this palette after the end of the month. And I've only swatched this palette. I've never actually put it on my eyes. I have put this Milani on my eyes one time, but I do want to try this again. This is the Milani Everyday Eyes in Earthy Elements. And this orange was just calling me. When it comes to October, you know, I wasn't quite ready to shift completely over to those kind of cooler tones. I wanted something warm. And this is a complete palette for me. I've got my matte cream here. I've got this one that can go into the crease. This one clearly is going to be my lid color, or this one, or even the champagne over here. And then I'll darken it with this brown. That's so pretty. What's interesting about this one is it does look like it has a sheen to it. I'm okay with sheens in my outer corner, but I'm going to be interested to see how that one plays with the other shades that are in here. And this one was just calling my name this fall. I thought that this was like kind of a perfect fall palette. I'm interested to see if I get bored of this one. That might be the one thing, because really it's this shade, yeah, that I really want to use this fall. And I'm interested to see like if I can make that look dynamic in other ways. These swatch so fantastic. Can I just tell you that they swatch so good? And so I'm excited to go into this palette. I think if I was a betting woman, I'd probably keep the L.O.V. No, I'd probably keep the Milani palette and get rid of the L.O.V. palette. But I'm really hoping that I love the L.O.V. palette, or the Love palette, because I haven't found a European brand like eyeshadow palette that I'm really in love with yet. And I've heard good things about L.O.V. from some of my girlfriends here in Germany, so I'm hoping that this turns out to be okay. But if not, I've got Milani to play with. So there you go, that's what I'll be using for the next month. If you've used either of these palettes, please let me know if you have any like tips or tricks on how to use them, or if you have like good feedback, bad feedback. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one.